Hi.
Hello. So just give it two more minutes, 1 more minute. I think I got some message. Yeah. Right, I think we can start this. Okay, so welcome back. Thank you guys for being here on this weekend, Saturday, with us, investing your time with us. Today, we at this session, Cynthia is going to do it. Now, Cynthia is a happiness coach. She has a big background on management, marketing, development, and she has studied many books about marketing and also happiness and confidence itself. And she's here today to share a little bit. She has a lot to say about confidence. I've already said that we only got 1 hour, so she has managed to compress such amount of knowledge and such amount of wisdom in this power pack 1 hour session with you. So Cynthia, go ahead and show us the unlimited power, ultimate power of some confidence that we have. Yeah.
I think confidence is like the courage to do something, the ability to believe yourself, and the courage to face some situation that you fear. Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea what happened. But that might be we can continue. All right. Yeah, a learning process. Yeah. So this is the biggest shift over here that we would like to create. Confidence is a skill, and not a feeling, and not a mindset, but it's a skill that can be developed inside of you. And it's not that some people are born confident or some people don't have confidence. It's not a DNA. It's a skill, and it can be developed. Any skill can be developed and sharpened and cultivated. So that's what I would like to add a little bit on this, Cynthia. Yeah. So how many of you all can relate to this? How many of
Yeah, I can relate with this. Yeah.
uh, just for a recap, fear, just a recap, fear is means protecting you and it's just giving you a feedback that we need to get prepared. That's all. Just prepare. Just to recap on that. In your mind, you're talking to yourself in your mind. That point. That point.
Am I clear?
Yeah, we are clear.
Okay. When it comes to like everything, just like the example that you say about the accident, that we always look into the bad things first, and then we go for the good things, or sometimes we don't even go for the good things. Uh, I do feel that in most of the time, where okay, if I'm about to do something, then I always check on what are the things can go wrong.
Yeah,
And the question that comes where am I naturally doing that or am I trained to do that? Because you say in the job scope and all that, see, if you want to
yeah,
plan a job or something, we are always told that okay, you have to do the risk assessment, you have to always check what could go
yeah,
wrong and all that.
yeah,
So I personally feel that I am trained to be think like that.
yeah,
So and that is I'm applying that with everything. Even
yeah,
though I'm going to do a good thing or something, I always thinking what can go wrong.
yeah. I think if you allow me to answer that, Cynthia, there are two things from here, and thank you for sharing, Sairam.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's perfectly right. Is we are trained to do that, and as engineer, as I previously I was, engineers are all trained to do that as well. And
Yeah,
at the risk assessments, we are all trained to do that. And even in doctors or in whenever we're going for surgery itself, that there are things that we need to prepare for. What are things that can go wrong, and are we prepared to address that as well? So it's perfectly right. And in psychology, we are there is a tendency for human for something called as negative bias. We are attached to negative events more compared to positive events. Like for example, in the news that sells are the news that bleeds. That what they say. Whenever there's something goes wrong, people want to know, and it's true. We our biology grows from that. If there's a tiger nearby, or if there's something going to attack us, we want to know, are we safe or not. That negative bias protect us in our evolution. At sometimes it serves, and most of the time it did, but in the long run, is it serving our, in other words, is it helpful enough to, is it serving us in our happiness, in our joy, in our well-being? All the occupation, yes, it trains us on the negative bias. It trains us on looking at the what can go wrong and being prepared and addressing it. That has make us competent, and that's perfectly fine. Even NASA does that. They when they're going to launch a space shuttle, which is going to cost about 7 to 8 billion US dollars, they will find out all the ways that it can go wrong first and be prepared and make sure that doesn't happen. If not, they're going to waste so much of taxpayers' money on doing that. And that's perfectly fine. But the competence of you preparing for it and also expecting the good things out of it as well. So, in a long context, there's nothing wrong. There's no such thing wrong or right, but it's about building that skill of being confident. I'm prepared right now, and let's take action. I'm not going to stay inside of this loop of looking at self doubt and going on in this self doubt, but without any action. I'm already competent enough. I prepared everything, and now let's take the action and move forward. That's the key here. Yeah.
all right, thank you, Justin.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Hi. I think like I shared before, I have problem in communication, talking. I lack of confidence in talking clearly, and then socializing with people. Yeah. So this is some of the areas that I want to work on lah. Mm. Okay.
For me, it's always about the first step, like as what you said, that do the something new, and sometimes I'm even lacking in trying the new thing itself. So the FOMO, the fear doesn't comes after failing at first part. The fear does come at trying itself.
All right.
That is the issue that I have.
So thanks for sharing, Sarah. And it's
Yeah.
perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal. My
Yeah,
kids
and
are
I have
weekend.
another doubt for the confidence as well.
Yeah.
For example, let's say we have a long-term goal and a short-term goal.
Yeah.
So we are actually visualizing the long-term goal and we are taking the small steps by short-term goals.
Yeah.
But what happens is once we reach the short-term goal, the
Yeah.
expect the when you are visualizing the short-term goal is that okay, once I reach this goal, okay,
Yeah.
this is how I'm gonna feel and all this.
Yeah.
So once I stepped into the short-term goal, the first step or something, I don't feel the happiness there.
Yeah.
And and then I wonder, okay, why I don't feel anything about it, nothing special about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I'm still like, okay, let's keep doing whatever I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I'm reaching the every steps of the goals,
Mm-hmm.
the happiness just keeps coming down, and
All
that
right.
breaks the confidence as well.
Okay.
So why is it like when we visualize, we have the confidence, we have the happiness to achieve it. So once we already stepped in there, it's not. I'm not confident enough to continue. Yeah, that's my another fear as well about confidence. It's always lacking. I think maybe it's the process of time. The
Mm-hmm.
more time it takes, the confidence just lacks.
All right. Okay. No, no. You go ahead. You have something? Mm. So if I may add a little bit, sometimes what actually happens is that uh, we we want a goal, but of course, Sairam, I'm generalizing here. I would love to have a conversation with you on
Yeah, it's okay. I get it. I get it.
yeah, but just a context on generalizing here is that sometimes we have a goal, like for example, to get a job, and the reason of getting a job may not we might achieve the goal, but the reason we may not achieve the reason why. The whole reason why, maybe to achieve a job, the whole reason why is just to be happy. But sometimes we get a job and that doesn't give us the happiness we want, we'll feel miserable. And the more that we go for the job, the more that we feel miserable about it. Sometimes you just want a partner. But we wanted the partner just to feel the companionship, not the love, not everything, but we just wanted to feel the companionship. But we got the partner, but we don't feel the companionship. And then being with the partner doesn't make you happy. So we can achieve the goal, but sometimes we don't achieve the reason why. So it's extremely very important to achieve the goal and the reason why behind to achieve it. So that's why when in my coaching, I will combine together what is the reason why first and then achieve the goal. There was a reason when I was working with some let's call it person X here. She wanted to lose weight, and the whole reason for losing weight was not to feel healthy, not to be healthy, but to fit in the dress. That's the only reason that she wants to. Yeah, yeah, just to fit in the wedding dress. And you can take unsustainable ways to lose weight to fit into that, and you can take sustainable ways to fit into that. Now, the goal was just to fit in the dress, and yes, you can fit in the dress, but the methods, you can achieve the goal and you can achieve the reason. But then she achieved both. But once she became clear of that, she achieved both. But the thing that I want to say is that the more clear we become the reason why we want to achieve things, the more happier we get, the more dopamine rush we get towards it. Like I and my brother last time wanted to go up to Mount Kinabalu. We had two different reasons. My brother likes to take photo, so he wants to take photo up over there. But my whole reason was to reach the top there. It doesn't matter how fast. I mean, my reason was to reach the top there to see the sunrise. And yes, we did catch the sunrise as well. But we had two different reasons towards it, and that dynamic itself, one goal can serve many reasons for anybody else. So the thing here that I would like to share is become clear of the reason why first before going for the goal. I hope it helps, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited for the exercise.
Yeah, right.
I think in terms of um, communication, is most definitely talking clearly. I realize that it's hard for me to to like to talk clearly. Like sometimes I think my ideas like jumble down. Like it's like the sentence is like fragments. But then for this new job, it's quite challenging for me because um like you say, talk who's the specific communication that I fear, like my friend, my family. I don't have problem talking with them, but then with like I've shared before, like my client, because I've just started this new job, and then it's overwhelmed me with so many things that I should know. Um, because this job entails with like people facilitating people. So people seek advice with me to uh in with regarding with something now.
Mhm.
But then me myself realize that I quite lacking in terms of knowledge.
Mhm.
So it fears me down what to talk, and then it's overwhelming because I don't know a lot. But then this job requires me to know a lot, not just like a specific. Is because sometimes if you focus on one thing, it's good, but then this job, like, oh, you have to know, like for example, you have to know the price of land, you have to know all the kind of loan, or you have to know the business. There's so many information, so I don't I realize that I'm sometimes it's overwhelmed. What to what should I focus on, how, this lacking, yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Um, th- I just maybe I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, but if I don't know something, I know how to answer it. Not like, not like, show, show exactly. Oh, I don't know. But I know how to respond when I don't know. You know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
By the way,
Yes.
Lisa, you are very confident in answering this unprepared question.
Thank you. I hope so.
Yeah, I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down. I'm thinking of it.
Right. Right. Let me share a little bit with you on my journey of confidence as well. So this is my own journey, my own story about confidence. Uh, you see, as I got into parenthood, suddenly I was got into blessed into parenthood. I was unprepared to have to take care of a child. I have zero confidence on taking care of a child. I mean, I did take care of all my cousin brothers, cousin sisters, and all of that. But to take care of your own child, I didn't have any knowledge. So my confidence was zero. I identify what are the skills that I need to take care of a child. And the books, the skills, the knowledge that I need. I read countless books on child psychology, on parenthood, on how to take care of a child, and joined some courses as well on that as well. And that built up my skills on handling. Because to tell you honestly, to have a car, you need a car license. To drive a plane, you need a plane license. But to have a kid, you don't need to have any license, and you can spoil the kid's life if you don't have the knowledge and the skills to take care of them, to grow them, to nurture them. So this was my confidence journey. I didn't go through these questions exactly like how Cynthia did, but I went through my own journey of a different sets of questions that I built up for my own self on going through this of confidence, being confident enough to take care to get the challenges of parenthood on this. I know this may not be able to relate to you, but this is some kind of a journey on confidence that I went through as well. I hope it helped. And but it's a natural law. If you study engineering, it's when a static object tries to move, it always has a higher amount of resistance, and that is called the static resistance. And the static resistance is always higher compared to a moving object. So it's always harder to make the first move. But once you start moving, you have momentum, and that is what we need in life, just the momentum. And for example, a static train cannot go up a small stone. It cannot pass through the small stone. If you put a small stone there and try to pull the static train, it cannot. But if the train is moving at about 20 kilometers per hour, it can break through buildings, it can break through walls. So in life, we just need to start. And once we have the momentum, we can break through walls. And break through walls is about breaking through our own limits, our own barriers. And that is where we need the emotions and energy by just taking the first step. Right.
Just wanna ask ask for idea. Do you have like an idea, like some idea how to do something new in the like in a day where your life, you have like time limited, kind of time limited, how to do something new? Is it every day, or I don't know, how is there any idea to do something new? Yeah.
Yeah, it's simple. You can always say to yourself, I'm going to do something that I've never done before every day for the next 7 days. So it's maybe that you never actually buy someone, a stranger, a coffee, and you just wanted to just do that. Or maybe it's about just you never actually open a door for a stranger, or you wanted to just open a door for 5 strangers today. It's or maybe you just want to perform a random act of kindness to anybody you see today.
Okay. Or it doesn't necessarily like a happy, like a hobby, or
Yeah, it can be a hobby. It can be a hobby also as well. So it comes down to your desires first. What are your desires in your life? If your main desire is your work, or I mean, it could be performing well at work, and you identify the skills that is needed to really for that. So you not necessarily have to do it at work. If you can do it anywhere as well, because skill can be practiced anywhere. You can really test the skills out. Like for example, in your work, you need to do 100 cold calls. For example, you might need to do 100 cold calls. So, that one of the skills that is needed to have is the confidence to approach someone. So maybe you don't need to do that at work. You can do it in your lift when you are going to work. You just want to say hi. Maybe you need to just pick up to say hi to 100 strangers.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's about doing the first step to coming out of that fear that we have. That we've spoken just now. Whatever we have, there is a thin layer of fear that is preventing us. So it's just to tap into that, to push in the edge a little by little. And once after like 1 week, you notice that, hey, I'm way far. Where did I started off?
Okay. Alright, thank you.
Okay. Right. I think that was. Plastic. Yeah. And then both of this will be conducted by me on how to get unstuck and reinvent yourself. And how to get unstuck and reinvent yourself is basically from my experience of coaching about close to about 80 hours of coaching of people on people getting stuck and how they came up out of it. So these are real practical tools. And the career part is how I help people on career coaching as well, on how they design their career. And I'm not just going to talk about the mindset that is needed. I'm going to talk on how to execute as well. So if you're excited about this, join us tomorrow as well on this.
Alright. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and have a weekend. Have a great weekend, and yeah, Sairam, go hit the gym. You deserve it.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin. Take care. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.